Yes, I'm late. I'm late, but I made it. That's the important part. Smearing over here. It is so hot. Look, my makeup is melting. It's just awful. See all this? You think this is like dewy skin? It's sweat. That's what that is. So anyway, let's get started since I know it's late, especially for everybody over on the East Coast. They're like, look, it's late. We assist tired. So let's get started with our show for today. This is the Dusty News Network, our Friday night programming, which is during the summer only, which is about kind of humor. It's funny. A lot of it is funny, and some of it is like, wow, really? So you'll be able to determine which is which for yourself as we go through the slides. And remember, as we do that, we're always looking for content. So everything about this show is user driven, is viewer driven rather. You guys send in this stuff and we use it to present to you. We need about 40, 45 items per show. So keep them coming. I'll have instructions on how to submit your stuff in a minute. So here we go. Let's get started. Be sure to hit like and subscribe to the channel. We'll be here again tomorrow. I'll try to be on time tomorrow for our weekly relationship advice live stream. So just in case you don't, you might forget, be sure to hit the like and subscribe and the instant notification bell so you'll get a reminder. These are instructions for how to submit content for the show. If you're not really sure about how, what to send, just keep watching and you'll get an idea as we go through the slides. But that's it right there, survivingdating@gmail.com with the subject line of DNN or Dusty News and no videos. Can't use them for copyright reasons. All right. Okay. Look at this dusty attorney. Look at him. He's standing like he got a gat in his pants. And just either that or he's wearing a pamper and the pamper's full. I'm not really sure which one. But, said if you got an attorney that pulls up like this, you going to jail. This is just unbelievable to me. I was like, what? Okay, now this starts with at the bottom with this woman says, having a boyfriend just genuinely makes you distant. It's not personal or none. I just rather be with my man. Okay, so then this dude comes through and he comments on her position of, dropping everything, changing her life and just rather be with some dude that she just met. And he says, women really just be letting us come in their life and get priority over everyone they've ever known in just 3 months, LMAO. And isn't that sad though? And Tanisha, my girl Tanisha, she's this somebody I know online. She's like, this is literally quite embarrassing. And they laugh at us. Why allow them to have such a stronghold? These are the type of women women having children back to back with men they barely know. We know who these women are. Sometimes you need to let sisters just go through their delusional phase. We still love you though, sis. Yeah, I mean, what you gonna do? You can't stop them. They're grown women. You know what I mean? But I thought it was very interesting how dude just came right out with it, just honestly assessing her sense of, she thinks that she's showing love, but the men don't have any respect for you when you act like that. They don't have any respect, as he shouldn't, because you should have your stuff more together than that to realize the people who have had your back for years and years should be your priority.
not somebody that you just met. He ain't even proved himself yet. Okay, Dusty. Dusty says he just saw a homeless guy with a sign that said, well, one day, this could be you, which, it's true. I mean, it could be. So I put the money I was going to give him back in my pocket just in case he was right. Oh, Dusty excuse to not give nobody some help. And this is an interesting comparison to women's mentality and men's. But I think it has to do, see, this is what I was talking about at the top of the show. Some of the stuff is funny and some of it is like insight into society and the minds of genders and things like that. This is one of those insightful ones. So Victoria comes back with a really interesting observation saying, you know what amazes me? Women have access to guns every day. And despite the way that we're treated by society, by our bosses, by men who claim to love us, even by the president, we aren't going on shooting rampages with AR-15s anywhere. Take a lesson, men, and work on yourselves, not us. And that's very true. But doesn't have a lot to do with the male uh, thought process that they should be in control and everybody should do what they say and they're the rulers of the world and that women and children should submit to them and even weaker men. It has to do with dominance, a sense of dominance and a desire for utmost control. And when they don't get it, when somebody doesn't acknowledge them the way that they want to be acknowledged, the way they feel entitled to be entitled and acknowledged, then they just go into this rage and just want to, go crazy with these weapons. And so that's what's really, in my mind, that's what's really going on. That's what seems to be the backstory in each one of those cases. They didn't get something that they wanted from somebody who just was like, I don't care about you. And they couldn't stand it. And so that's why they, went ballistic. So, but I thought that was a very interesting observation. Okay, brother Means. Okay, this John, he got a passport and he's running away from, okay, what is up here? Okay, there's a plane. What is in this picture? It's very interesting. He's running away from being ashy. There's some lotion. He's running away from cleaning his butt cheeks. He's running away from accountability. He's running away from paying taxes. He's running away from the truth. He's running away from child support payments. He's running away from getting some therapy for himself so that he can operate as a whole and healthy person. He's running away from all of those things. And so, and plus whatever else I can't really see here. There's something else. I'm not sure what that orange and black thing is. But anyway, yeah, so dodging responsibility by running away, talking about I'm going to go to a foreign country and find me somebody that knows how to treat a brother, because women in America don't know how to be wives anymore. And it's the same with the white dudes. This one just happened to show somebody black, but it's the same. They had the same stupid conversation, exactly the same. It's just unbelievable. Blaming Western society for their failings to, meet women's standards and come up and show up as whole and healthy with something to offer. Now, this guy here, he's just so full of game. It's just not even funny. And just think about how his poor wife would feel. He offers up a life hack. His little trick. If you get your side piece pregnant, talk to your wife for about 6 to 8 months about fostering/adopting a kid. Make the side piece, put it up for adoption, and then you adopt it. That way you care for your child, you keep your marriage, and everything is at peace. What do you call a person who tries to manipulate people like this? A sociopath. That's what you do. So, the woman does, everybody's in the dark. Both the women are in the dark. The kids even in the dark. Unless they get a blood test for some reason. But, so he's just manipulating everybody. That's a sociopath. I'm sorry. A narcissistic sociopath. This young guy, he's just saying something that even though this isn't really Dusty, but I thought it was interesting. He's saying the same thing that I say all the time, to women. Use the and then what plan. There's a video on this channel called And Then What. Actually, it's a 2-part series where I try to teach women to think of life and the moves they make like a chess game. Like if you move in a direction, then what's gonna happen? B, C, D, what's gonna happen? Can you handle it? Does it make sense? Okay, well, what about option B, C, D? Think, just think in advance. And so the same thing when you're choosing a man, because those things have way more impact on your life being miserable than, say, choosing a job or a car that you're going to buy or something like that. You have to think, is this guy a problem solver or a problem maker? That's only one aspect. Mine is more broad, where it's like, is this guy going to bring something to your life and improve it, make it better? Or is he not? So, between the 2 of us, I think, we got you. I thought it was interesting. Okay. And we talking about parole. Checking my block list to see who's eligible for parole. I haven't unblocked anybody. Once you get into blocked in my world, you stay blocked forever. I don't see where that's, gonna be beneficial to me. The only person, then this was recently, that I put on a timeout, and we both knew was temporary because I said it was when I did it, was my oldest brother, because he was getting on my nerves. I mean, like, so bad, it wasn't even funny. And so I told him in advance, I said, I'm gonna put you in the corner because we need to calm down, both of us. So you go sit down over there somewhere, and then when I feel better, then I will unblock you from my phone so that I can receive again your crazy texts and your wild conversations. But until then, my nerves need a break from you. And so here you go. And I'll hit that block button. But he knew, and I made it very clear that it was going to be, for a period of time. I didn't say how long, but it was not meant to be forever. That's my brother. But he did get on my nerves, and I need a break. And so that's how that went down. So here we go to the next one. Is this true? Y'all in Atlanta? Y'all be rolling out like that with these dudes? He's like, dating in Atlanta is cooked. Had a girl tell me last night that she has to be picked up in a black truck and fully expects a $500 dinner. I told her to just enjoy her night. Where in the world would you spend $500 on for 2 people? I can't even eat that much at a time to warrant spending that kind of money on a meal. I mean, I went last Sunday? Saturday. I can't even remember. To, dinner with 2 other women. We went to this cute little place in Oakland, a little soul food Creole type restaurant. And I brought half my food home. So that meal made 2 meals, and I don't know, I put $50 down on the table, to pay for my tax and tip and whatnot, and then the meal. But, that was way more than what I should have, but still, that was $50 and I still couldn't eat it all. So I'm not really sure where somebody was what you eating that cost $500? I can't even imagine that. So, yeah. Then we got a series of things this week about shots from dating profiles that just had me just rolling my eyes and just it's like, you poor girls who do the online dating. This dude got a picture of you straight knowing from the gate that you decide peace. He got the little contract here that you have to sign to reinforce that this is the way it's gonna be. And that's what he's online looking for. Like I said, I've always thought that that was the case with most of the guys online. They're not sincere. And so it's really interesting how many women, like the advice letters that we get, how many women are on these sites looking for like true love, and the dudes are just looking for a good time. And so you go into it with a different point of view and perspective and expectations that are never going to get met. It's not gonna happen because these dudes are just off the charts weird, or they're already hooked up with somebody and you just being set up to be the side piece. So, I don't know. I don't participate in that online dating stuff. Okay. Somebody got their car, they on the thought patrol. I didn't even know what a thought was for a long time. One of y'all had to tell me what a thought was. That hoe over there. That's what a thought is. I was like, oh, see, he's learned something new every day. Now, what would you do on a thought patrol? What you looking at? I just thought that was fun. He just don't care. Okay, you've been warned. Don't you think this is the case? If men these days were honest, they would all pretty much say this, right? If they were honest, they would just give you a little card that says, this is the situation, and then or date me at your own risk, something like that. Some kind of warning sign, some caveat would be presented about what he's offering, which is really nothing but headaches. So yeah, he just gonna straight tell you, I'm gonna just screw you good, and then I'm gonna stress you out. A lot of women seem like they don't really mind. That ain't me. That can't be me. Okay. This. What is the suggestion here? Yes, Ravani. I slipped it over to the chat so I can see what you guys are talking about. Um, you need to read your kids' homework. So see, that typing is over there. So I put what it says over here on the side. So the teacher asked the kids, it's like an assignment, to fill in the responses. My mom looks beautiful when colon. And the kid's supposed to put the answer. So you can see the type part versus the little kid's answer. And the little kid says, when that man comes over and she gives us melatonin, she wants them sleep so she can have a good time with her dude. I was like, wow. Yeah. She just busted her she, whoever this kid is, just busted out their mother like, she don't have she can't ever look that teacher in the eye again. At the bottom, which you guys may not be able to see, it says men's idea of fighting for their kids be calling at their convenience. And the main part of this slide says, that baby daddies be calling at 11 p.m. on random Wednesday trying to impress their new girlfriend saying, I want to talk to my child. Yeah. I've heard that does happen. They suddenly they want to get the kid and put on this big production and act like they so, such an involved dad and all this stuff to get the new woman's approval because she wasn't about that life where you have a kid and you not taking care of it. So they put on this big show, but they can't keep up. They can't sustain it. You can attest, Lee H. Yeah, I've heard this from many women that's the kind of stuff that they do. That's why I'm like, wow, that's so that's just dusty. I mean, that's super dusty. And it seemed like, the new women, instead of falling for that, would say, let me see some recent pictures of you with your kids. That will tell you all of you need to know because he won't have any. See? That's it. So all this show that he be putting on the call and all this old stuff here, like a picture of him at the kids with the kids at school play and at the PTA meeting or the kid at the softball game or something. They would have pictures. But since they don't have any, that should tell you, you ladies, everything that you need to know. He's a Dusty who abandons his kids. Don't think that he's not going to do the same thing to any that you have with him. And so don't do it because that's his MO. He's just raggedy and dusty. So I was like, wow, can you imagine somebody being this much of a sociopath that this is what he would do because he wants to, her to stop fussing at him about, what she perception of him doing some kind of online cheating thing. And she's like, well, it's not a real place, but it doesn't matter if it's a real place. It does exist as an entity. TikTok is a business, is a platform, and people go on there and they say and do things that they would not normally do if they were face to face. So I'm not sure why she said it's not a real place, but you know, the internet is a real place. I mean, it does exist as far as people exchanging, uh, being able to see, like you guys see me right now. This is really me. So I mean, there's some reality to it. Is how it's presented though. I couldn't really understand her concept, what she was getting at. But anyway, so the woman catches her, dude cheating with somebody online, and then he started flashing the light in her face. That's one of the things that they tell you that I forgot what it's called. It's like a light sensitive thing that some people have, and it triggers seizures. It's not funny. It's dangerous. But he didn't care to the point where he started doing that to her to make her have a seizure. So she would shut up and stop yelling at him about cheating on her. I was like, wow. Exactly, Diana. I'm like, wow, this is just I I was horrified to tell you the truth that somebody would do something like that. It's like, wow. Yeah, I agree. You're gonna say it's psycho. It is. I mean, who would even think to do some shit like that? That's the main thing. Whose mind works like that? So this person comes along and says, more women do not need to be mothers. Most of them have done shit jobs, which is why everyone is complaining about the lack of eligible men. Let's be serious. That does not have anything to do with whoever this is kind of stupid, but whatever. So then this person says, facts. And then someone just the original poster comes back and says, they've been enablers to their loser sons and society has to pay. So I'm like, okay, there's a lot of women like that. They just, and men too, they want to blame all the problems that males have as adults on how their mothers treated them as children and, when growing up. And I say this, yes, there are some mothers who are stupid. I admit that. However, you as an adult, like no matter what your situation was when you grew up, where do you start taking responsibility for yourself and being accountable for the things that you say, do, and the choices you make? When does that happen? When are Black folks, especially, because this always happens, going to stop blaming mothers for every damn thing that you do and blame yourselves? Okay, your mother got you to adulthood. It's time for you to take the reins and do what you need to do. But this never fucking fails. There's always this discussion where the mothers get blamed for everything. And I fucking hate that shit. It's like, and this is only in our community. This is I don't understand what this mentality is. So they never put the males, Black males never get put in a situation and being accountable and responsible for themselves. It's always somebody else's fault why they're the way that they are. And it doesn't matter what kind of foundation that they had at home. Because, when especially when people become late teens, when they're close to adulthood or they're already over 18, they will go out and do stuff that their parents told them not to do. They do that all the time. And so then they end up in prison, or sometimes they catch a bullet, or something else happens, and bad things. They disappear on the girl's side because they did some shit they weren't supposed to do. Nobody ever sees them again. So it's like, when is it that the Black community is going to make males especially responsible for what they do? Stop blaming women for what men do. Stop blaming women for what men don't do. Stop blaming women for what men say. Stop making women for the criminal behavior that men do, their laziness, their disgusting behavior towards children, all of it. Stop blaming women for that. Turn around and blame the people who are doing it, which is these men. Okay? Every time I hear some broad talk about, well, his mother this and his mother that, I just cuss her out. I just cuss her out because it's some stupid shit. And I don't understand that mentality at all. So they never make men be responsible. It's like they're just walking around just being puppets on a string. Somebody control them up until they're 50, 60, 70 years old. They never have to say, well, yes, I did it. Well, yeah, I made a stupid mistake. I'm sorry. Well, this is my punishment for doing something that I knew I shouldn't have been doing. They never make the Black men say that. It drives me fucking crazy. So you ladies who have kids, you got sons, be prepared, because if they do even one thing that somebody thinks is wrong, they're going to blame it on you. Prepare your mouth to cuss them out Deb style, because that's what they need. That's what they need. They need to be cussed out for that. Don't hold back either. Donnell. Okay, so he's laughing about it, like looking like a little cringy face. So Renee come through again, one of these Black women who always, trying to judge somebody and talk shit about other women. She says, so everybody done seen your peach and your kitty cat. So what's left for your husband? What do you mean? What, the same thing that's left from him for her? You don't think everybody already seen his peach and his hot dog? What is it that what is this fucking double standard shit? And what is this judgment and shit like this? Stay your ass out of what other grown women do. It's not your business. They're grown. They can do what the hell they want to do. And nobody needs your fucking judgment about it either. See, again, I tell you, I know my sister be getting on my goddamn nerves. It just the church mentality and the judginess and the condemnation of Black women amongst other, it just I just don't I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. So when I see this kind of dusty bitch behavior, I call it out. They do the shit about little girls. Well, she fast and she, be doing this and that, that's why this and that happened because she was being fast and that man like she had trapped him and all this kind of stuff. They blame children. They start when it's young. They blame the little girls, not the man. Again, he's never held accountable. In the Black community, they never jam the Black men up for what they do. It's always some female's fault why they did some bullshit. And every time I hear that, I go smooth the fuck off. I can't stand it. So I put this in here just because I just wanted to basically cuss that bitch out. Now here we go. Organizing your finances. Let me get my coins in order of size. Oh, yeah. And I don't know if he's even if I had a son and he did some bullshit, I would put my foot up his ass so far and be like walking around him like I said, walking around with him like I have a shoe on. But it would be like, did I teach you to do this? Did I tell you to do this? Did I ask you to do this? The answer all three of them questions is no. So what you doing? And then that's when I would put my foot up his ass. I just don't understand it. And so I wouldn't be calling him and saying that's okay, this and that. We would be fighting. I'd be clocking him with stuff. You're not gonna go out here and embarrassing me in the world after I some sacrifice and did all this stuff for you, and that's the best you can do. You gonna go out there and just embarrass my whole family and the family name and everything else with your antics. And you think that I'm not gonna go off about you doing some stuff like that to other people. You think that's gonna be okay. I'm gonna just let that shit slide. That's what you really thought. And I pick up the nearest blunt object. The lint was picked out. Oh, is that what happened? Be like what this one dude I dated, he pissed his mother off. She went inside and got her gun and came. He saw her come out the back room with her, clocking the gun, taking the safety off. He jumped up and hit that door running. I never seen anybody move so fast in my life. He opened that door, went down the driveway and down the street like he was Usain Bolt. And little lady, she come running out there with that gun and she got to the end of the driveway. He was like almost a block away at that point, and she was shooting at him. So the neighbors had to come out and take the gun from her stuff before she hurt somebody. I was just watching. I was like, wow. I broke up with him too because I'm like, if you so fucked up that your own mama is shooting at you, I know. I mean, I was young at the time. I had just gone down to Texas, for university, and I was young, and I called myself gonna be trying to date this dude. He was cute, but no, that I had enough sense to know that was a raving red flag, and I got in my car and I left, and that was the end of that. Yeah, she trying to shoot his ass. Now, this dude, okay, another one of these soft motherfuckers who thinks that he's gonna be treated like he's a little kid and get, quote, unconditional love from every woman that comes into his sphere. No, it don't work like that. He says only men can love a woman with no money. That's right. Because if you in the role of a provider, you shouldn't be looking for a woman to have money. That's your job. She don't have no house or no car. Well, I don't know about all that, but whatever. Only a man can love a woman and expect nothing in return. Not material things. He will respect other things, but not material things. Because he's supposed to be providing that not only for himself, but for her. If he's going to have a family with her, he got to provide for her and any children that they have. That's his job. So, yeah, he should be looking for that, but for material things, not from her. He should be looking for other things. He says women can't do that. A woman's love comes with conditions. Damn right. You must have this and that. A man just wants peace. The only thing women love unconditionally is their kids. Not even that, really. You've heard of child abuse and child abandonment. That shit happens every day. So I don't know what you're talking about, sir. But yeah, you do have to have this and that. It's like this is the part that men don't get. They want to feel like if a woman wants them to have something and that means that she's a gold digger. Motherfucker, really? You don't have no gold to dig. You just working a regular job. You just an average Joe paying your little tax, make you a little $60,000, $70,000 a year. You ain't golden. Okay. You ain't got balling like in millions of dollars. You don't even have hundreds of thousands. You have less than $100,000, just barely over between the 50 and 75 category. That's not a baller. Okay. In some states, you could probably make that work, but here in the Bay Area, that's chump change. Okay. You're going to need 2 jobs paying that salary in order to make it. He don't need no sugar mama. He needs to get a fucking clue. That's what he needs. But yeah, women's love needs to come with conditions. More women need to understand that. You have your body, your fertility, your looks, your whole body gets destroyed. You possibly could die having children, and plus all the services that you deliver to men, cooking and cleaning and loving them and taking care of them, and doctor's appointments for them, dental appointments for them, not only for them but for their kids, and gifts and parties and all the shit that women do to support men in their relationships and their relations with their family and friends. All that shit, right? Even their bosses, dinner parties for the boss and all this old shit here. If you in that, level of employment where that kind of stuff happens, you invite your boss over to your house. Those kinds of things have value. Okay, those are services that women provide to men. That does not mean that you need to have everything that he has, financially, because you're going to be providing services. And if he had to pay for those services out in the open market, he would be paying a grip. So you provide those because you love him. And so motherfuckers like this need to understand that's an exchange. You provide the money, the roof over the head, the car, and the vehicles, and she provides all those things that you can't really see, but that actually make a house a home, that make people living under that roof a family. Those are things that you have like great value, and that's where you're gonna find your peace. But motherfucker, you need to get off your ass and provide material goods and support those people that you got you living in that house with. That's your job. And you can't fucking do it. You can go online and complain like a little bitch. You can't have no respect for some man like this. I want unconditional love. No, you get some money and get some shit to go on there. Then you can find something like that. But you go out, the woman who doesn't love, that doesn't have conditions on her love is a fool. Because you're going to be giving up so much of who you are, your essence, your time, your body, everything goes with these relationships. And if you don't value it and you just give it away to somebody just because they want it, you're an idiot. And I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay. I don't know who sent this in, but when I opened this up, I had to jump back from my computer because it scared me. I was like, oh, Cornelius. Remember from Planet of the Apes, Cornelius the monkey? That's what I immediately thought of. And so why is this every woman's weakness? It is not mine. I don't want nobody looking like a fur ball. Like, he's like part ape and part bear or something. No, that's not for me. I had a friend though, she was telling me about this guy she had dated, and she says, when he bathes, he has to use shampoo because he's so hairy. And she was all turned on about it. I was just like, I was grossed out. I'm gonna just be serious. So I don't know what women, what women. I have never met one who talked about liking it other than her, that one person. But I'm sure there must be, because whatever. But no, it can't be. Yeah, like Furby. I cannot. Okay, this was so cute. Look at dude. He in the post, he talking to his lady. Look how he got this head tilted and his little arm is up and stuff. That is the universal I'm talking to the one I love pose that men do. And he's like, yeah, I'm over here building houses. It got me thinking I could build a future with you. This could be our house, boo. But look at that the dude. He working in construction. He making some money. A little hair is good. Yeah, I mean a little bit, but don't be furry. I mean a little bit on your chest or something, but maybe on your legs and arms, a little bit. But to be covered like your shoulders, your neck, your back, your stomach? No, that's too much. But I thought this was cute. So he out there doing the damn thing. And just a reminder for those of you who wandered in, because more people in here right now. And sorry, everybody, I was late, like 45 minutes late. So probably a lot of people left and like, forget this girl, I'm not coming, and went on about their business. But if you came later, you missed how to submit content. Now that you've seen the kind of stuff that we do, Feel free to take screenshots and send them in for the upcoming shows. We need a lot of content to get us through the end of August. Well, that's how long we're going to be doing this. Survivingdating@gmail.com with the subject line of Dusty News or DNN. Okay. Look at your daddy. This your daddy, DP? This your daddy? Your daddy, when he met your mama, she folded and she couldn't resist that hotness. That hotness. Look at dude with his Jerry curl. He got his Jerry curl. He got his gold necklaces on. He got the little part on the side. I was waiting for you to say that. I was like, she must have didn't catch it. She must have been away from the computer or something. Yeah, he do look like Cedric the Entertainer, a young version of him. But I was crying. Like, oh my God. Leopard print or whatever kind of print that is, shirt, and all them chains. That was hilarious. Oh, he lived in a gated community prison. He meant prison. Well, it is a gated community. More like a caged community, but I don't know. I think them gated communities is like a giant cage anyway, because you got that one or two ways in, and the gate slides open, the gate slides closed, and all this stuff. What you gonna do in case of emergency? Everybody need to get the hell up out of there. I'm like, nah, that ain't for me. I need many exits. Okay, look at the dust here. Girl, please go and get a fill like yesterday. Yesterday, you needed to be doing that. And she all happy showing that little ugly ring, talking about, yes, y'all, after 14 years of dating and 4 kids, me putting up with him after being in and out of prison, 2 baby mamas drama. He also have a secret child, but I forgive him. Jobless for 13 years, but he finally got a job at Burger King. Don't hate. He really trying in this hard life. He proposed today, y'all. Patiently wait on my moment. Patience is a virtue. Y'all can be up next. Just hold him down. Yeah, right. Who said what? Said jail was better than. Oh, I've often said that that was the case. Let me put her comment up here. I've often said that was, oops, that was the case for a lot of people, because a lot of men, because they don't have to make any decisions and they don't have to do anything. Everything is done for them, and all their needs are met and provided for. So they get to live, even though there's violence and things like that, essentially they're living a childlike existence. They're told when to get up, when to go to bed, when to bathe, when to eat, when to exercise. When they have free time, their job is picked out for them. They just do the little job, and then they go back to their little cell. And they, it's just their life is very regimented, like a grade schooler. And so, like out here in the real world, though, you have to like fend for yourself. You got to figure out how you got to pay rent and bills and stuff to keep the lights on. You got to make decisions, be responsible, accountable. All the things I talked about a little while ago on the show. Whereas if you're locked up in prison, you don't have to do that. All of your things all the decisions are made for you. All you have to do is, make sure that you don't bend over in the shower because you're going to have a problem. And locked right back up. Yeah, I think that's what, I think a lot of them do that on purpose. I swear. Nobody's ever told me that, but I've just looked at the patterns and some of the stuff that they do to violate parole intentionally. No one is going to get them locked back up, and they do it anyway. Huh. Okay, now. Nobody want that shrimp meat you pulling out. She says females swear they love seafood, but when I pull out this shrimp, it's a problem. Uh, yeah, I don't know, that ring looked like it came from one of them flea markets that they have in East Oakland. They have, the flea market jewelry. That's what it looked like it came from to me. Yeah, see, she gonna pull out this shrimp down that way. What is that? And I thought this was interesting. This young girl came to a shocking conclusion for her. She's like, her and her boyfriend had been dating for 3 years, and after all this time, he's never, ever raised his voice at me or called me names or disrespected me, and I'm his first girlfriend ever. Verbal abuse is so normalized that it took me so long to realize that this is how it should be, and it's sad that it took her 3 years to figure that out, and that, she was in such environments before that that kind of behavior and treatment of her was considered, quote, "normalized." And I've often wondered that because of the ways that so many young women, they write in this advice column, and you can see them all over, online on forums on Facebook and different things, what you call it, Reddit, and I don't know this. There's this one site that a lot of black girls go on. I can't remember the name of it right now, but yeah, the stuff that they post is about the abusive things that men say to them, and the way that they treat them, and they stay in a relationship anyway. I would have been like, oh, fuck you and your mama. He can't cook. He can only unwrap something out of a frozen package and throw it on the grill. I guess that's something you can get some stuff from Costco, and he can make some magic happen with that. Couldn't work for me. Now we need to discuss this. Let's discuss this for a minute. You guys put your comments in the chat. If this dude is saying, if I marry a woman with a child, it means any child under my roof is mine. I'm daddy. So if he wants to see his child, I should be notified so I can know where my child is going and be told if my child is not coming back or what time my child will be back. The father must respect me. So what do you guys think about that? What do you think about his yeah, that's it. Thank you, Ravania. I just my mind just went totally blank. It's some nuts on that forum, but people do use it a lot. Um and how they weren't doing stuff like that. Well, I don't know. I've had uncles in jail and they say that they do. So maybe it depends on where they were in jail and what kind of stuff the guards tolerate. But I mean, by the time it happens, I mean they can't like undo it. It's already happened. So this is him. This is a guy that's saying if he marries a woman that has a child, it means any child under that roof is mine. So that means her kid that she had with some other man is his kid. Any children that he has with her is his kid, and he's going to love them and treat them the same. He's going to be just as protective over those kids he did not father, because he's the daddy now, as he is the kids that he did father. That's what he wants to know. He wants, and if the dad comes, the donor comes to pick up the kid, which most of them really don't do these days, then he knows he needs to know where his kids are going to be, what time the kid's coming back, or if the kid's going to be spending the night somewhere, where the kid's going to be, and what time they should be expected back the next day. And he says that's respect. And I want to see what you guys what you thought about it. I don't think he's not interfering. He's just saying that he should be notified of where the kid is going and if the child is coming back or not. And I think that that's true. You can't, just because you fathered the kid, if that man is there filling in the day-to-day role and taking responsibility for the child that you donored. Okay, now the kid, you might be an active father and all that stuff, but that person is there every day. You only there on visitation days. That person has ultimate responsibility for your child's safety and well-being and has assumed it willingly. So as the father, it is right and proper that you say, shake that man's hand, thank him for his contribution to your child's well-being and welfare, and say, I got him, I'll pick him up, and we're gonna go do this and that and this and that, and then we'll be back home. I'll drop him off at such and such a time, man. If there's anything come up, this is my cell number here, and I got yours. I'll let you know. I'll keep you guys posted if plans change. But other than that, we plan to be back. We're gonna have a little snack or something, so he won't be here for dinner, and then I'll bring him back, such and such a time. That's respect. That man, like I said, got the day-to-day responsibility for that kid, not because he's the one that's there. And I don't see that as being interfering. I feel like that's being responsible and responsive to the one who has assumed the responsibility for the kid that you help create. It's now, it's got a dual parent, it's the dual role. that man both those men are playing for that kid. And I think, a woman who she's marrying the new dude, she needs to foster that respect, have them introduce each other. Sometimes, the guys are such good buddies, they'll go out together with the kids, the kids that he made with the woman and plus the original kid and the original the donor may have some other kids and they get all the kids together. They got 3 or 4 sons, between the two of them and they have a father-son event with all the boys and both men. They can do that if they are the right kind of men. They understand that their role is to take care of those children and raise them to be healthy, sane, positive adults, balanced, loving, giving them love and balance and boundaries and stuff like that. And they agree to put with any kind of pettiness that they may have had, residual jealousy about the woman or anything like that. That shit is not gonna fly. That's bad for the kids. So they don't do that. And that's how mature men handle themselves. Yeah, I don't think he's wrong at all. I think that, if I, got married to a man like that and he said, "This how it's gonna be," I would be like, "Hmm, yeah, that's right." Because if some shit go down and not he gonna be the one taking care of the kid, not the he gonna alert the real daddy, but he gonna be the one that's there. So, I didn't have a problem with it. Okay, now here's the second one to discuss. This man is saying that he will not step in if his baby mama is being physically abused by her new man. He feels it's not his responsibility because she's no longer under my protection. What are your thoughts? Is he right or wrong? What do you think? The mother, he says his baby mama, so that means his kid is there. That's the baby mama. And she's being physically abused by her new man that it's not his responsibility to step in. She's, quote, no longer under my protection. I'm going to say this. I agree, Ebony. He's a little bitch because basically he is such a little bitch that he wants to punish the woman by turning his back on her. He's so caught up on punishing her that he's not even thinking about how this kind of behavior around his child will impact the child. And if the mother's being hurt, then the kid is being hurt because the kid is witnessing it. And a lot of times they don't stop at the mother. They carry on and they start hitting the kid too. So or they if they don't hit them, they abuse them in other ways. They take their food. They don't let them they take things from them. They don't give them privileges that they should have. Like, now you ain't going to school. You ain't getting no lunch. You go, I mean, there's other ways to punish a child and abuse a child without your hands, calling the kid horrible names, all this kind of stuff. Your mama's a bit, this kind of stuff. And so this environment is a negative one for your child, you bitch ass motherfucker. And so he just sitting up there with it. Look at him, just looking all proud of himself. Like, yeah, I wouldn't do this and that, this and that. But his kid is suffering and he just don't give a shit. He's supposed to go over there and say, look, man, you got to go because you fucking up my kid and I'm not having it. And then tell her, if you want to go with him, then you go and I'll take custody of my child. But other than that, motherfucker, get out because you not the right kind of dude to be having over my child. You got to go. Okay? That's what it's how it should start. This is unbelievable to me. DP said he looked like he got child support arrearages. Yeah, this is just, I don't know what that rag is on his head. Is that what that is? Is he a dusty Hebrew Israelite? I don't know. He's up there. You know how I do with the people to be wearing them rags on their head. I can't get with it. But yeah, this is I thought his position just was like that of a little bitch. And no kind of man that I would ever respect. Like if one of my brothers said some shit like this, I would jump him. I would just go haul off and just knock the shit out of him. Because it's like, how are you gonna leave my niece and nephew in an environment like that and sit up there because you so mad, still mad at the mother for leaving your trifling 2-bit piece of shit ass? Yeah, okay. They be wearing bonnets. Oh, Yeah, I can, I did these any of those men. No, that's why I be in my car so much. And sometimes when my car's in a repair shop and I have to take public transportation, I just cannot stand it. Because here come all the dusties. Hello, Oakland. They just love to say hello, Miss Lady, or they say, how are you doing, my queen, and all this old shit here. It's like, I'm not your queen and I'm not no Miss Lady. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm in a bad mood. And I just tell them that all right. I don't feel like talking. I'm in a bad mood. Leave me the fuck alone. And they just be like, "Well, you don't have to be like that." I was like, yes, I do. I have every right to be that way because I'm in a bad mood. I told you I'm in a bad mood. Leave me alone. Get out of my face." And I just be like that, and then they be like, "Oh," and then they leave me alone because I don't make it about them. So I don't say, you're this and you're that. I just say, "I'm in a bad mood. Leave me alone. I don't feel like it." See, I own my feelings, and so there's nothing for them to say. They be like, "Well, why are you in a bad mood?" I don't feel like fucking talking about it. I'm mad at all the men in the world, and you're one of them. So get away from me. So, stuff like that. Yeah, they be telling you to smile. The last guy who told me to smile, I cussed him out. And that was a white dude on BART. I told you all about that story. I told him all about himself. He didn't know what to do. He went to the next train because telling him he's gonna walk all the way through the train. I'm the only black person, and he gonna stop in front of me and tell me to smile. I was like, motherfucker, I do what the fuck I want to do with my face. You don't tell me what to goddamn do. Fucking this and that, blop the blop, blop the blop, blop. And so he was like, oh, yeah, let me go through this little sliding door here to the next BART train. And that's what he did. And I just like I was reading a book, right? He said that shit, and I looked up and just didn't just it just started flying out. I didn't even take a breath. It just like motherfucker. And that was my introduction. Like I said, hello. He was motherfucker, and then there was rest was history. Bart carries Dusty's daily. Yeah, I haven't been on Bart in years, and so yeah, but I had actually on my Facebook page, I used to do the Bart Chronicles. That's what it was called. And every day I would make a post about what adventure I had on Bart and stuff. The worst one was the dude who peed. He peed. Let's see. He peed on Bart. They had them 4 seats, the 2 that face each other. And the 3 dudes that were sitting there jumped up all of a sudden and coming down the thing. And the Bart was going uphill a little bit, going out to, Walnut Creek out there, Bay Point, Pittsburgh Bay Point train. And you could see this little river started coming down the middle of the aisle. Everybody was like, ew. And the dude who peed just was sitting there just looking. He didn't look like he was, yeah, he did. And I'm like, okay, you know what? And then this one time I was the dude, people have to raise their arm because they're tall and they hold on up above. Well, I'm short. So my head came right to like, under right close to like his armpit. This motherfucker must have not have used deodorant since 1970. The funk, the fumes, I couldn't even breathe. I was like, dude, that funk is unbelievable. You need to switch arms. And so he looked all red and then he put that arm down because I was on this side of him. And then he held on with the other side because I was about to pass out. I was like, it was unbelievable. I just like it was unbelievable. Yeah, I had all kind of stuff. People be on BART just tripping, just cutting up. I was like, I was so happy when that's when my car got stolen. You have to wait 30 days. Unless you're a baller, you have to wait 30 days for the insurance company to pay off, to decide that they can't find the car, then they pay off. So for a month, I was on BART and I thought I was going to die. Worst month of my life. What is going on here? Baby mamas always wear their church outfit to child support court. You still getting $30 a month, Yolanda Adams. $30 a month. Can you imagine? You could probably collect cans and get more than that. That's ridiculous. No, she wasn't. On purpose? Ew. No, I wanted him to just put that funky arm down. Put that funky arm down. And so that's what he did. Yeah, I can't get with it. Okay, here go your boyfriend giggles. Here go your main, the one you love. Oh my God. Oh, it was on the news? Oh my god. Dang, people just you you got me dying. They're like, "Hey, boo." Can you imagine the delusion? He's so delulu, it's not even funny. He just all the girls want him. Yeah, they want you to get the fuck out their face. That's what they want. Oh my god, I just was crying when I saw this. How y'all ragging on dude so hard? Oh, what happened to his tooth though? That's the main thing. I just can't get over that chiclet look there. Okay, this dude, what is wrong with his lips? Why are they so big? Looks like he got them D-sucking lips, if you know what I mean. That just look a little too swollen for me. So he gave shout out to all the black women out there who are healthy, in shape, and practice good nutrition habits, and don't use quote being quote lazy in quote as an excuse. And then somebody says, meanwhile, and they put the picture of him. I'm like, ugh, scary. Ah, you know what? I just isn't me. What in the world be going on where these men be thinking they just all fly and shit? And it's like, no, no, you need to be a little more humble, my brother, because it ain't happening like you imagine it is. That's what I'm no, no, because they don't look that swollen when it's women. You know, some who is that cookie face girl, you trying to make up excuses. Them is D sucking lips. They have to be wrapped around something to get that kind of inner lip swelling. I'm trying to be delicate, but I already know this is gonna get banned from ads because the subject matter of this discussion is just a little bit too much. But yeah, that's that kind of there's them lips. That's what them lips be looking like. Because the swelling is on the inside. So that means that's where the friction was. Come on, y'all. Don't be acting brand new. You know the deal. And this one just straight going he trying to act like this is some this says he. So I said at the couple of things ago, back a few slides, how we got a lot of dating ad clips this time, and these guys, it's just amazing that they put the stuff that they put online where they're looking for love with these weird ass pictures and weird ass comments about themselves. I'm thinking, oh, did you do this in person because you wanted to repel people? What was your goal here? Did you really think that this was cute? That this is what you should do? So he's open-minded and hardworking. I look forward to meeting someone that I can have open communication with and share our passions and interests. I am AB/DL. I don't know what that means. I would love to meet someone who likes movies, books, going out to eat, and appreciating a night inside. Being open-minded and accepting is pretty important for me. I would say so when you sit up there with a pink pacifier. More about me, though. I'm a huge Star Trek fan. I love reading, even though my book collection is stuck in Texas. And then there's more that's, basically cut off. Yeah, he's having baby situations, and I'm just not with it. I just can't with these people. I don't know. It's very few Leos are into weird proclivities like that. We're just pretty straightforward. So, these kind of things don't interest me at all. If people, I mean, that interests me from a like, really? Tell me about that. So I could come and tell you all about it. But it's like, would I want to be with it and participate in it and all the kind of stuff? Hell to the no. The kind of stuff does not interest me in the least. That is a complete and total turnoff. It's the kind of shit that have me running. Yeah, I know. It's like they have like the people that make them giant cribs for these 6 foot tall men to be in and giant diapers and stuff, and they be with. And some of them, like, there's people who they let the people come and stay at their house and treat them like a baby. Is that what that means? Oh, thank you for the education, self-helper, 'cause, I didn't know that. See, that's every time I do the show, I learn something new. That's so 'cause you can see, like, in spite of my hoodness, I'm relatively sheltered when it comes to these types of things. Wow. I don't even know what to say. Yeah. Cookie face girl for the win. I have to put this on the screen. Yes. You wanna change a man? There you go. And him and his giant Pampers, what you need. Girl, I just could not. Can you imagine? Yes, a bottom. That means when gay things are happening, that's the one who's, receiving. Let's put it that way. Okay, got it now, Lee? That's what a bottom is. At least I knew that much, but I just didn't know this kind of designation. All right. This is the new thing they be talking about, these soft life men. Soft life men. DDP. Oh, I don't know. I just, I can't even go with it because I don't want no, I don't wanna look at it. I definitely don't wanna smell it. I'm not trying to hear it. I don't wanna be a part of it. Nothing. None of the above. I need my man to be regular. Just be regular and just be just something that, yeah, I could take into public and not have to be wondering what you gonna do that's gonna embarrass me. So yeah, these soft life men, he's talking about their videos. Their standards of what is soft life is too low. Like eating porridge and folding clothes and wrestling with a dog. These are all activities you can do in prison, and they ain't soft up in there. So I'm like, wow. Have you guys seen any of these soft life men videos? I'm gonna have to go and find some just so I can see what he's talking about. So this starts with a girl who says, "Yo nigga can't come to girls' night. I don't care." And so this Larry come back and say, only a woman beater wanna come to girls' night. And then Paydays comes in and replying to Larry saying, "This is one of the few times I've seen the ladies and the men agree on something." And he's right because, women that have these men who wanna go with them everywhere, like the women that go on a girls' night at the thing they wanna come to, and the women don't tell them no. I had a friend that did that. She brought her husband wanted to come. And instead of her telling him, "No, this is, we gonna be getting together talking," here come this hairy, sweaty, 6'4" big old burly thing, and she walking into the restaurant with him, and I'm sitting there, I'm looking, I'm like, "What is this? Why is he here?" Because I was like, "How we gonna talk about his ass?" And he's sitting right here, and so she said, "Oh, he wanted to come," and I just looked at her like, "And you couldn't tell him no?" And he was like, "Well, I wanted to," I said, "Don't you have any friends that you could go out with?" Well, something, I don't know, some excuse they had. I'm like, "Okay, well, I finished the drink because I had already ordered it while I was waiting for her. I finished that drink and then I left. I'm like, "Well, y'all enjoy your date, and then, I'll check you out another time." And then, when I talked to her, I was like, "Don't ever do that again, because next time, I won't trust you, and I'm not gonna show up." We're having an evening just between the 2 of us to catch up. We was friends before you ever met that motherfucker. Hopefully, we'll still be friends, which of course we're not. But in that particular instance, it was like, I just saw a different side of her. It was the beginning of our relationship crumbling because I had started seeing her in a different light, and so weaknesses that just I couldn't really understand where she was coming from. It seemed like she changed or something. Maybe I changed, I don't know, but something changed. But I don't see when these girls, ladies, listen, you got a man that starts pestering you to go hang out with your girls and stuff. First of all, what does he want to think that other men want him up in a girl's face for? Let's talk about that. Why would you want your dude around all your female friends? What's his goal there? Let's talk about that. And then why is he hanging on to your skirt tail so tight that you can't even have a couple of hours away from him because he's so fucking insecure that he has to be around you 24/7? What is up with that? So all the way around, it's some questionable behavior, and you girls that just let him come, you're stupid. Keep your men away from your women friends. You see that all the other dudes go out with other dudes. If it's a couples thing where it's gonna be 2 or 3 couples together, well, then yeah, that's different. But it's a bunch of single women, women by themselves, whether they're married or single. They're out for a night just by themselves, so they're single that night at least. And then here go and yo dude. What the fuck? Keep telling motherfucker to go home and tell him he ain't coming. Just like Sid said right here, yo nigga can't come to girls' night, and I don't care. And that's how I feel about it too. Keep that motherfucker at home. Nobody trying to look at his dusty ass. Only like Larry said, only a woman be the one to go to girls like control freak. That's what he's getting at. Okay, this was funny. This is what men hold over our heads and try to weaponize against us. Like, how they always say, you ain't married. It's something wrong with you. You don't have no kids. You selfish. She put, okay, so in these hands that she's showing here, there's a broom, there's a spray bottle with something, there's a comb. So she got to do the kids' hair. There's a baby crawling. There's a frying pan with food being cooked. There's this man with some kind of freak like lingerie or something in his hand. And then what's in his other hand? I don't know what that is. And then there's a laptop, which indicates that she also got to be holding down a job, and a baby bottle. So she got to feed the baby. So she's cooking over there to feed him. And I don't know what that is in his hand as he's holding directly up above the door. I couldn't make that out. But yeah. So, and that's what, they're holding as you supposed to want that so bad that you consider yourself as having lost if you don't have that slavery moment in your life. Please. If I was an artist, it would be so much shit coming out through that door, it would be funny. It is a lot of work. Cause that don't even have like all the other stuff that women do, like the parties and stuff I mentioned, gift shopping for Christmas, decorating the house and stuff, inviting everybody over, birthday parties, keeping up with his mama, calling people and see how they doing, checking in on all the seniors and whatnot. The play dates, setting up those and executing them, taking your kids back and forth to their sporting games and dance classes and music lessons and tutoring sessions, all that shit, all of that. And shopping for the food. And you got to shop for the food before you can get it in there, then put it in the refrigerator and stuff cabinets. Then you get it back out and you cook, and then you got to clean up the kitchen, all this stuff. All of that is what they're trying to say you should aspire for. That is too much goddamn work. I don't even understand why. Women, parents really stop pushing their daughters towards marriage. It's not a flex. If your daughter has aspirations to do something grand and wonderful with her life, please support her in doing it. If she decides to get married and stuff later, that's her red wagon. But don't push it as like, it's an expression of her womanhood and like it's so beneficial and it's so romantic and shit, because it's not. Feeding young girls that bullshit is what gets them in a position where they have a baby and stuff, because you done lied to them and told them that's like the epitome of their womanhood and it's all wonderful and all that stuff. And then they get married and had a kid and they hate it because you lied to them. It's not what they thought it was going to be. And they get up and they get a divorce. They park them kids at their mama's house, or they give it to the daddy or whatever, and they deuce the fuck out and be gone. And then the kids be like, my mother abandoned me. Well, yes, she did, because people lied to her about what having a kid and a husband was all going to be all about. And when she found out that she got lied to, she deuced the fuck out. That's like Alice Walker did. Remember, her daughter was running around all over the news talking about how she left her with her daddy. Okay, she left her with her wealthy father. So she was like, she got abandoned in foster care or nothing. She was with her wealthy people. But Alice was like, this is not the life for me. I can't do this. And I appreciated the fact that she was honest. But she got reamed for that. Black women just went crazy. How could she leave her child? This and that, blah, blah, blah. I totally got it. I totally knew when you're the creative type, sometimes you have to choose. I mean, you could have a situation where you could do both. But if you're not willing to, she did for years, put her creative side aside, but it reached a point where she felt like she was dying. She was dying, and she had to make a choice. Either I stay in this box of motherhood and wifehood, or I break free and I be this writer, having the impact on the world that I dream of being, and fulfill myself. So that's the path she chose, and the world benefited from it. Yeah, I never pushed my daughter to be like have a boyfriend and do all this. I never did that. Never did. And when people used to make them kind of jokes, it's like, "Oh, she gonna have all the men this." I said, "Shut the fuck up. Don't talk to her like that." Why? This I said, "No, I don't want her. Don't even put that in her head that this is, this is a goal for her to be up under some motherfucker. Like that's a accomplishment. That's some bullshit, and it's bullshit. So shut up. Don't ever say stuff like that to my kid again." But yeah, I want her to, to feel like when at the end of her days, like she's accomplished what she feels like she's here to do. And so for some women, that might be having kids. For others, it's not. And we as women need to support them in whatever choice they make. It's all okay. Yes, honey. This was on my computer for a long time. This wasn't really like part of the dusty news, but I found it on my computer and it's just a reminder, because these dusty men, you be hooking up with these dusty dudes from the bottom of the barrel. They just don't have nothing to offer. They ain't about shit. They just red flags waving all over them. And you have to understand that. Why did you choose that man? Why did you not aspire for something better? Because you have a bad opinion of yourself and you feel like this is all that you deserve, that this is your equal. So even in spite of like a lot of women, they're like outwardly successful, they're very educated, master's degrees, PhDs, all kinds of stuff is going on. But inside, because they haven't done that work to heal themselves from whatever traumas they experienced in childhood and young adulthood, they have a very low opinion of themselves and they have low self-esteem, and they a lot of them are like like on the movers and shakers in the career world, but they're actually like they have this mammy mentality where they want to do what I said, take care of men and baby men and protect men and stuff. They want to take care of men instead of having men take care of them because they've never experienced that. They don't know what to do. They don't trust it. They've never seen it because they grew up in, households with dusty women who chose dusty men too. So it's an interesting dynamic. At some point, though, people have to, as adults, like I said, take responsibility for the choices you make. You can see that you're doing some dumb shit. You're making dumb choices. Get your ass on somebody's couch and work that out. Get in a group. Those groups are good and they're less expensive than one-on-one therapy. And you get to be in there with other women who have the similar dramas to you, and y'all can help each other. And it's cheaper. Might even get a new friend. Yeah, I don't push girls into marriage and babies and shit. I'd be the complete opposite. It's like, don't have shit. That's why they don't want girls to get their tubes tied when they're young, because they know that if every young woman started focusing on herself and self-actualization, they would nobody would be having no babies. It'd be like in Japan and Korea. Hey, them girls over there ain't having shit. They ain't dating. They ain't getting married. Nothing is going on. They hardly have any kids in kindergarten and first grade because nobody's having kids in them countries. They're like, fuck these motherfuckers. I'm not trying to be bothered. So it's just really interesting. This is going this way like worldwide. They do go crazy, but that's why they turn into each other, and that's fine. You can do that. No one's going to stop you. She is a potato dusty. She talking about several years ago. I read that potatoes and butter have all the nutrients a person would need to stay alive, and I have refused to inspect that information since it is my emotional support fact. My emotional support fact. I thought, oh, that's so cute. Yeah, men still perpetuate that fantasy that, marriage and being with them is like a flex, and that is a good thing, and it's something that women should aspire to do. And that if you don't have one of these little ugly dweeby people, that there's something wrong with you, that you're lacking in some way. That's the narrative that we have to change. So many young girls get that message, so they feel bad that they don't have a boyfriend like all their other friends do, that, they're still a V, that all this stuff, they're comparing themselves because of those messages they got about, men should be the center of their existence. Well, I preach the opposite. It's like, no, you should be the center of your existence. And all them people telling you otherwise and all your friends chasing after dudes, they're fools. You don't have to be a fool too just because your friends are. Learn to be a fucking leader instead of a follower. Instead, show them, okay, well, what do you have to show for this boyfriend? All you do is cry. He cheats on you. He lies to you. You can't find him. You feel insecure all the time. You're always worried and stressed out. Why do you feel like this is a benefit and I should want to join you in this camp? Please explain that to me. And when you turn things around and do a reality check like that, it kind of wakes people up. They'd be like, "Oh, well, I don't know. I never thought of it that way. I just always wanted a boyfriend." And then they think about, well, we have, this motherfucker just making me miserable. Why did I want this so bad? That's the narrative that we need to be giving our daughters and their friends and any other young women we come into contact with. If a motherfucker is not making your life better, and I mean every goddamn day, to where you smile, walk around smiling like a Cheshire cat, if your man ain't doing that, then he don't need to be in your life. Get rid of him. Don't even bother. He not working and you got to cover his bills, dump him. He be crashing up your cars, dump him. He don't want to take you out. He wants you to pay half for everything, dump him. None of those men are worth a relationship with you. I don't understand what you young girls would be doing. What is it that you be doing? I swear I don't get it. No sense of value of yourself at all. It's just terrible. And this she said the daddy done sent this to the group chat, the family group chat. Like, I can't keep up with the pressure of always having to LOL or like or heart everyone's random thoughts, pics, and amusements. For all future texts, I love them, laugh at them, or I like them. Unless it's bad, then I dislike them. In perpetuity. I can't live with this pressure. I'm out. Girl, yeah, the Cheshire Cat be showing hella teeth. If you guys don't know what the Cheshire Cat is from Alice in Wonderland, and you just do a Google image search for the Cheshire Cat. It's CHESHIRE, and you'll see what I'm talking about. That big old smile, that big old ear to ear tooth smile. That's how you should be looking if you got a man in your life. If you ain't looking like that, I mean, not like the cat, but I mean, that kind of smile, that ear to ear smile. If you don't have that, and you walk around crying and looking all sad and stuff, you doing something wrong and wasting your life energy on a fucker. That's what you doing. You need to get rid of that fool. I'm telling you, get rid of him. I don't understand what the deal is with some women with, oh, but I love him though. Why don't you love yourself? What are you doing? That's right. Here we go. Once you treat me like a regular bitch, I'm out. You on drugs, clearly. It's just that simple. If I'm not getting treated like I'm wonderful, special, and unique, and grinning like a Cheshire cat, then I have no use for you. You don't need to be here, sucking up my energy and wasting my time. Get out. Okay. This was a facepalm moment right here. I got the non-slip shoes. Can I come back to work? Send me a picture of them and I'll put you on the schedule. So he sends that. It shows the shoes, all right. You're fired. Oh my God. Yeah, girl, the DP, all of them. To think that that's gonna fly. Okay, y'all, wait. I tried to make some oxtails. I don't know what I was doing. You know, from all my years after being vegan and vegetarian and try to learn, I could, cook chicken dishes and I used to, fish dishes and stuff. I could cook those things pretty good. I'm not really a big meat eater. So then, some people coming over. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to make them a southern dish with some collard greens and I'm gonna make some oxtails and cornbread and stuff, right? So I'm gonna make this soul food dinner. I was embarrassed. I mean, they said it was okay, but it didn't have the rich flavor I remember my grandmother's oxtails having. And I thought, why didn't I ask her how to make those damn things? I should have asked her how to do it, but it's too late now. No, those are that's not like booty shorts. Those are what they used to call tighty whities kind of underwears, but they're just black. But it's the same briefs. Isn't that what they call it? Because they have like boxer briefs, then they have briefs, and then they have boxers. There's three different, looks. But he got briefs on, and that's what that is. The only reason I know that's because I had brothers. That's the kind of stuff my mother would buy, the kind of underwear she would buy them. Oh God, why is this so blurry? Oh, I made it larger and it got blurry. Okay, this was funny. This is like bros before hoes. Perfect example right here. Yo, bro, who this? This is Kayla's boyfriend. Oh, all right, what's up? And so Kayla's boyfriend says, hey, listen, I'ma just keep it real with you. I know she been cheating on me with you and you're her side man and all. And you know what? I'm fine with that because if she's happy, then I'm happy. The thing is, I'm messing with someone else in two, so I was gonna ask if you can chill with her on Sunday so I can take my other girl out. He's like, "Shit, man, that's a bet. Don't even worry. What time?" So Kayla thinking that she gonna be tipping with her piece, not knowing that uh the dude's gonna set it all up. I'm like, wow. This is I don't even know what to say. Buttons, that kind of stuff does happen though. What do you think it is going on when two guys arrange how they're gonna test a girl by having one dude try to get at her and then they see what happens? Or that you got a man who comes up and starts talking to you about doing threesomes and stuff like that. It's the same principle. It's exactly the same thing. They're in cahoots, wanting something from you, and you're the one being manipulated. It's exactly the same thing. So don't look at it like it's such a foreign concept. Men do this kind of stuff to women all the time. Or you break up with a dude, right? You break up with him, and then his friend come up to you talking about, well, I always liked you. Why don't me and you get together? That's the whole test to see if you stupid enough to go for it. And unfortunately, most of you are. You're like, well, yeah, he's cute, and but he's my boyfriend's friend. Should I go out with him? This shouldn't even be an issue. This shouldn't even be a question. All these motherfuckers on the planet, and you gonna go and deal with some dude that is your ex's friend, and you don't think they set you up for that so they could talk about your ass and post stuff about you online and share it with other men, take pictures and tell everybody what a hoe you are. You don't get that. You really think that this boy is interested in you, like, for real? Dummies. So that's what I'm saying, but it's the same thing. It's the principle here of where the dudes connect behind your back to set you up to manipulate you. It's the same thing. No matter how it comes out, this is not a unique situation. He's just like he just reached out and was just, yeah, I know about you, but guess what? I don't even care. Rose before hose. And this little stalker chick. So he blocked me on everything. So I applied to be his grandma's home health aide. See you at Sunday dinner, baby. So he gonna sit there and he gonna come to grandma's house and see dinner, family dinner, right? And she gonna walk out there with grandmama in the wheelchair, and he gonna be like, "What the hell is this?" I was rolling. Stalker. Okay, this we approaching the Savage Award winner, so these are like somewhat savage. So she's like that. She's like, well, I never forget when I lived in Florida. I was talking to this guy, and I found out that he had a girlfriend. So I found her Insta. I messaged her. We hooked up. We took a selfie, and we posted it to fuck with him. He screenshotted the selfie and posted it on his Insta and said, "quote Both my girls looking good for real." Okay, dude was not even bothered. Both my girls looking good for real. I was like, oh my God. I would just give up at that point. It's like, you just too much of a player for me. That's just some bold, just dusty logic right there. Yeah, they got played. They got played like a violin. Okay, so here we go. You enjoying this show? We're still looking for content for the next week's show and the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that. So you guys keep your screenshots coming in. That's where you send them to survivingdating@gmail.com. Put that address in your phone under DNN. So if you do it, you just pop it in there and just attach the graphic to it and send it in. Okay, that's what you're gonna do. So now, oh yeah, I forgot to fix that slide. Okay, here we go. Savage Award winners. These are the runner-ups. And then we have two trophy winners. Okay. Garbage pail kid. You dropped your crown, King. I was like, damn. Who sent this in? You should be ashamed of yourself. Oh my God. I know. That's what I did too, Diana. Like, dang. Okay, next savage thing. So JD says, women who still go clubbing are not wife material. That's mistake number one. And so then this dude come back and say, look, LOL, shut the fuck up. Your page is filled with half naked women. You not marriage material either. With the slap back. It's like, oh, don't be trying to be acting like you so grand and wonderful. You ain't marriage material either. So shut up. I was like, oh dang. That's when you just go and just log off. Log off because you're lost. You're not winning no internet battles. Not today. Exactly. That's why I identified so well. Exactly. You ain't winning. So she says that this girl done call me an obituary liar. And dude says, that means you dead ass lying. An obituary liar. I was like, oh my God. I learned something new today. I learned that too. The obituary liar. So y'all somebody's dead ass lying, you just call them an obituary liar and see what they say. What you trying to say? He says, I feel like in relationships, there's only room for one mentally ill person. Somebody got to be stable, and it's not going to be me. Oh, shit. What you going to say to that? Meat. He said he medium sized meat. Oh, my God. I know. You can't with these people. That's how I feel, too. It's like, what in the world is going on here? What's happening? Why are you like this? Dude, for real? You want it in 5 states and 6 galaxies. Oh, you guys sent in some just amazing stuff this week. I was crying. I was making these slides. I was dying. Oh, you sent that one? This was like this was lovely. I could not stop laughing. I just like can you imagine somebody roll up to you talking about, can I get that, can I get your number? I'd be like, what you gonna be calling me from Mars? What the hell is going on here? What's happening with that head? I can't. Okay, just a reminder to please hit the subscription button before you leave up out of here. We got a couple of more slides to go. These are the savage, we call them these are the gold prize winners of the night. There's two. I think there's two. I think there's two. Okay, this was when every woman has looked at a man while he's sleeping and thought, I should knock the shit out of this motherfucker right now. Just like, don't say I'm the only one. I know I can't be the only one. I cannot be the only one who has thought this way. And it doesn't matter how much you love them. You love them and stuff, but then they're sitting there and they looking all peaceful and stuff, and you think, you start flashing back on some stuff that they did or said, and then you just feel like just jumping up and standing on their chest and just knocking them upside the head with something while they're asleep. Yeah. Okay. And the last one of this broadcast. Job application, reason for leaving. They had me fucked up. Can you imagine if you saw somebody put that on it? I would hire them just on the strength of they're crazy sense of humor and they understand. I would just be like, you hired on the spot. They had me fucked up. Because in the reality, no matter what we say, oh well, I was seeking growth, and there were some political changes, and my job became redundant or whatever the bullshit that people make up why they said. The bottom line is they had you fucked up, and that's why you left. So I yeah, you don't never get a reference from them anyway. You find somebody not from the HR, you find somebody like a client or I don't know, somebody and then you have that person be your reference for how you were at that job. You don't have them ask like your superiors and stuff like that. So there you go. The that is the Dusty News Network show of today, which started 45 minutes late. I am so sorry for that, but we made up for lost time by speeding through the slides. So this programming will go through August 21st, Friday, August 21st. Tomorrow we will be here at hopefully at 6 o'clock. You know, I'm trying not to lie. And we will be talking about, we will be responding to our advice column where people send in their questions in advance. Same thing, you go to debsterism.com, which is showing on the bottom of my screen there. Debsterism.com. Wait, how do I do this? There it is. Debsterism.com, that's where the form is to submit your advice questions for future shows. That's where you go and fill out the form and submit it. And then we'll see if Candace likes your question or not. If so, then she'll choose it and you get to be on it. Your question will be answered on the show live. That'll start tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. There's 9 if you're on the East Coast. So please join me here. I'll be here. I'll try to get here on time tomorrow. You know, sister was just having issues. So, but I'm glad all you guys came back. And so I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. All right. Enjoy the rest of your evening.